Imagine walking into a pharmacy in 1898 and buying heroin for your 5-year-old child. We're not talking about some dystopian scenario or science fiction. This was everyday reality just over a century ago. The same substance we now know as one of humanity's most devastating drugs was sold in elegant bottles with labels promising immediate relief for coughs, sore throats, and even to calm restless babies. The most shocking part? The manufacturer promoting this miracle medicine wasn't some random charlatan, but the respectable pharmaceutical company Bayer, the same one you know today for aspirin. If this revelation surprised you, you're about to discover how the medical world's biggest mistakes shaped the safeguards we rely on today. In the late 19th century, the world was experiencing an unprecedented medical revolution. Cities were growing at breakneck speed. Factories spewed black smoke day and night, and respiratory diseases spread like wildfire. Tuberculosis killed more than any war, and a simple persistent cough could mean a death sentence. It was an era when life expectancy barely reached 40 years, and doctors, desperate for solutions, embraced any promise of a cure with enthusiasm we'd now consider reckless. The air in industrial cities was so polluted that a permanent gray haze hung over the streets. Workers in textile factories inhaled cotton fibers all day, developing what they called mill fever. Children as young as 6 worked in coal mines, their lungs black before they reached adolescence. In this context of desperation and hope, medical science took its first stumbling steps, often tripping over discoveries that seemed miraculous but hid terrible consequences. The stories from this era remind us why questioning medical authority isn't just important, it's vital. In 1874, a British chemist named Charles Romilly Alder Wright was in his laboratory at St. Mary's Hospital Medical School in London, experimenting with morphine, already known for its analgesic properties. By boiling morphine with acetic anhydride, Wright accidentally created a new substance, diacetylmorphine. He tested it on dogs and rabbits, noting that the animals became fearful, sleepy, and their pupils constricted dramatically. Initially, the discovery went unnoticed, filed away in academic journals that few bothered to read. It wasn't until 1897 that Felix Hoffmann, working for Bayer in Germany, rediscovered the substance while searching for a less addictive alternative to morphine. The company saw revolutionary potential in it. The initial tests were promising in a way that bordered on miraculous. Patients with chronic coughs experienced almost instant relief. Tuberculosis sufferers could finally sleep without the coughing fits that tore their lungs apart. Workers who had developed black lung from years in the mines reported feeling better than they had in decades. Bayer christened their new creation with a name that perfectly captured the sensation users reported: heroin, derived from the German word heroisch, meaning heroic. In 1898, the company commercially launched heroin as a non-addictive substitute for morphine, promoting it as safe even for children. Medical pamphlets from the era showed images of smiling children and relieved mothers, celebrating the end of suffering caused by persistent coughs. Advertisements appeared in newspapers worldwide, proclaiming heroin as the dawn of a new medical age. And here's where the story takes a turn that makes you wonder: what accepted treatments today will horrify future generations? The medical logic behind using heroin seemed impeccable by the standards of the time. The substance effectively suppressed the cough reflex by acting directly on the cough center in the brain, located in the medulla oblongata. Doctors observed that patients with severe respiratory diseases could finally rest, which was considered essential for recovery. The drug reduced the violent spasms that could rupture blood vessels in tuberculosis patients. Moreover, heroin produced a sense of well-being and euphoria that helped patients depressed by chronic illness, something doctors saw as therapeutic rather than concerning. Compared to opium and morphine, substances already widely used, heroin seemed to cause fewer immediate side effects like nausea and constipation. If you're as fascinated by these medical mysteries as we are, make sure to hit that like button. It helps us bring you more incredible stories from history's medicine cabinet. Articles in prestigious medical journals praised the discovery enthusiastically. The Lancet published reports stating heroin was devoid of the disagreeable qualities of morphine. The Boston Medical and Surgical Journal called it a perfectly safe household remedy. Physicians prescribed the substance not only for coughs, but also for asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, and even to treat morphine addiction, in a cruel irony that would only be understood years later. However, disturbing signs began emerging with alarming speed. As early as 1899, just 1 year after commercial launch, some doctors in Philadelphia reported cases of patients developing what they called a morbid craving for the medication. People who initially took heroin for a simple cough began increasing doses on their own, claiming they needed more to achieve the same relief. Pharmacists noticed customers returning with increasing frequency, some visiting multiple pharmacies to obtain more bottles of the syrup. One documented case tells of a businessman who started taking heroin drops for bronchitis and within 6 months was consuming entire bottles daily. By 1902, American doctors documented the first clear cases of heroin addiction with scientific rigor. Patients showed severe withdrawal symptoms when trying to quit. Cold sweats that soaked through bedding, uncontrollable tremors that prevented them from holding a glass of water, excruciating pain throughout the body that patients described as bones trying to escape through the skin, and extreme anxiety that drove some to suicide. Children who had been treated with heroin cough syrup showed signs of physical dependence that horrified their parents. The miracle cure was creating a generation of addicts, from society ladies to laborers, from elderly grandmothers to newborn babies. And if you think this story couldn't get more shocking, subscribe now because what comes next will change how you view every medicine in your cabinet. The scale of the disaster became undeniable as hospitals began receiving overdose cases daily. Emergency rooms in New York City reported a 300% increase in drug-related admissions between 1900 and 1905. Entire families were destroyed. Breadwinners lost their jobs. Mothers neglected their children, searching desperately for their next dose. One particularly heartbreaking account from a Boston physician described a mother who had given heroin to her colicky baby on a doctor's recommendation, only to watch the infant suffer through withdrawal that lasted weeks. Crime rates soared as addicts turned to theft to fund their habits. The very same medical journals that had praised heroin now published frantic warnings. The medical community, which had embraced heroin with such enthusiasm, now watched in horror at the consequences of their naivety. Some doctors, unable to face their role in the crisis, became addicted themselves. The physician addiction rate skyrocketed to unprecedented levels. Heroin's fall as a medication was as dramatic and devastating as its rise. In 1910, reports emerged that in New York City alone, there were an estimated 200,000 heroin addicts. In 1913, Bayer quietly suspended production, though they never publicly acknowledged the disaster they had helped create. In 1914, the Harrison Narcotics Tax Act in the United States began severely regulating the substance, requiring doctors to register and pay taxes on narcotic prescriptions. By 1924, heroin was completely banned for medical use in the United States, with possession becoming a federal crime. Other countries quickly followed suit. The UK banned it in 1920, and the League of Nations pushed for global prohibition. The medical community had to confront an uncomfortable truth. They had created an epidemic trying to cure a symptom. Later studies revealed that heroin was metabolized into morphine in the body, but much faster and more potently, crossing the blood-brain barrier with an efficiency that made it significantly more addictive than any previously known substance. What seemed like a scientific breakthrough had become one of the greatest pharmaceutical tragedies in modern history. Ironically, the same company that had promoted heroin as safe for children, Bayer, had developed aspirin just 2 weeks later, a medication that would prove truly revolutionary and safe. This story forces us to reflect profoundly on the nature of medical progress and our relationship with science. How often do we embrace seemingly miraculous solutions without adequately questioning their long-term consequences? The story of medicinal heroin isn't just about a past mistake, but a perpetual reminder that scientific knowledge is built on trial, error, and unfortunately, human suffering. Today, as we debate prescribed opioids, vaccines, and new treatments, we carry the lessons from that era. The opioid crisis of the 21st century eerily echoes the heroin epidemic of the early 20th. Once again, we trusted that newer formulations would be less addictive, and once again, we were tragically wrong. The difference now is that we have rigorous testing protocols, years of clinical studies, and surveillance systems. But human nature remains unchanged. The desperate desire for quick solutions, the tendency to blindly trust medical authority, and the difficulty in admitting when we've gravely erred. Heroin taught us that not all relief is worth the price, and that sometimes the cure can be worse than the disease. If this story sparked your curiosity about the paradoxes of medicine and how we arrived at modern treatments, you're in the right place. Each episode we bring reveals the hidden layers of knowledge we take for granted, exploring the spectacular failures and unlikely successes that shaped our world. Because understanding where we came from is the only way to know where we're going. Drop a comment below sharing what modern medical practice you think future generations will find horrifying. Your perspective might just be featured in our next video. Did this change how you view medical progress? Share this video with someone who loves uncovering the shocking truths behind everyday history. Let's start a conversation about the lessons we must never forget. Because those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And in medicine, that repetition costs lives.